What's up? I'm here with UFC Bantamweight. He's riding a four-fight win streak. Just knocked out Rafael Assuncao. Ricky Simon. Thanks so much for coming. So
Yeah.
this past weekend we had the weight class below you, Davison Figueiredo beat Brandon Moreno in the trilogy fight. A lot of people are trying to see these guys fight for a fourth time in a row. Do you think guys should be allowed to fight four times at all, or kind of move on?
Well, I mean, it's so rare, right? It doesn't, I mean, hasn't even, I don't even know of a time that has happened, but in this circumstance, I guess so. I thought it was kind of weird them fighting even this time. I thought it maybe someone else, Marino should have been fighting somebody else, I think, but they ended up doing it. So I think under these, circumstances, I feel like that a fourth fight does make sense though. They're 1-1-1. You kind of have to.
Yeah, I think if it's 1-1-1, you definitely got to go for the fourth one. I also saw, I was looking through your social media. I saw you recently got your black belt in jiu-jitsu. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Oh yeah, thank you.
How did that compare to your other martial arts accomplishments?
Um, I mean, it's all part of it. I feel like I've been practicing, it's martial arts. So I've been practicing jujitsu since, I started training, so, it's so important to me, you never really, I don't know. Do you train? Do you do any jujitsu? Have you ever done it?
A little bit. I'm not very good.
Okay. Well, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've been doing it for, 11, 12 years now. So, just to like hit, each belt promotion, like to just, your black belt seems so far away, and then I don't know if I'm just getting older or what, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a hell of an accomplishment. So congratulations on that. What's
Thank you.
interesting about you and your UFC journey is you at one point you lost back-to-back fights against Faber and Rob Font, so two really tough guys. And then now you're on a four-fight win streak. So did something kind of click after those two losses? Like what happened to start this momentum for you?
I don't think there wasn't anything that really changed. I mean, before that, I was on an 8 fight win streak, before I got that favorite fight. And then I called for that Raw fight, a tough fight after a loss. So I don't think, I mean, I just kept grinding. I was already doing the right things. I added Team Oyama, Coach Oyama Colin Oyama to my camp a couple years ago. And he's been part of the 4 fight win streak. And I feel like that plays a big factor. I'm a lot more comfortable on my feet and setting traps, and obviously it's been working, paying off. I just got a knockout over the top 12 guy in the world.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned the 8 fight win streak before that. What's interesting, one of those fights, you kind of had one of the most controversial endings ever with your your debut against Marab. What's interesting
Yeah, that was
now
a
is
good one, man.
ever since then, you guys have both kind of been on a tear. You're up to 12th in the
Yeah, man.
rankings. He's 6th. So do you think there's
Yeah,
any
yeah.
interest in running that one back?
I mean, I definitely feel like there is, and Rob's so good. He's very talented, and um, I'm people were calling for a rematch after that fight, right after, anyways. And I felt like I was going to see him down the line. I knew he was going to be good, and it was good that win was going to age beautifully. And he's number 6 in the world. He's yeah, and I feel like I've trained. I see Rob in the training room sometimes. I've trained over at Syndicate with my cousin Vince Morales and John Wood and stuff like that. They have a great thing going on over there. So I've seen Rob over there, and he's a cool dude. But it's inevitable if we're both going to be at the top. Maybe a rematch makes sense.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. It's funny you mentioned your cousin Vince Morales. Vince is a friend of this program. We've talked to him. Yeah,
Nice.
I talked to him 3 times. He's the
This is the
man.
man.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he's coming off a big win himself. So I asked him, with you two both being in the same division on win streaks, what happens if it comes down to the point where there's no other option but to fight each other?
Oh, come on, man. That'd be wild, though. Huh? That would sell some pay-per-views for sure. But yeah, I mean, that would have to be the scenario, though. It'd have to be like for a belt or something crazy. I'm not gonna fight that's my cousin, man. We grew up
Yeah.
together. I'm not gonna fight my cousin, but unless you are paying us a lot of money, maybe.
Well, that's interesting because when I asked him, he told me he'd knock that mullet off your head. That's what he said to
Yeah,
me.
no, that's why I always say I would fight him, but I already know he told you he whooped my ass, so that's why.
No, I'm just joking. He said pretty much the same thing you did. Only for a lot of money, or if there's a
Look at
belt
you
on
trying to start some beef. Come on, man.
I'm just yeah. It was funny what he said too. Is he threw out the idea of maybe you guys just get in there and just get after it and make sure you get a bonus.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, we've gone after it. Believe me, dude. Whether it was before we ever even started trading, we've been getting after it. So
Yeah.
We definitely have some epic rounds, and even some on tape. We go back, we record our rounds, we go back, and we'll watch them later and do some study like that, film study. So
Yeah.
it's always fun. It's always fun. It's
Do
kind of
you
crazy having a cousin who's in the UFC.
yeah, I mean, great genetics. Do you think the UFC like definitely knows you guys are cousins, or is there any chance that you get a call one day and they're asking you to fight him and you just have to be like, look, like that's my cousin.
No, man, they definitely know.
They
They
know.
definitely know. I mean, Sean Shelby's matchmaker for our weight class, and then also we're both managed under Jason House with the Iridium Sports Agency. So there's no way they they would know that, but
Be quite
that'd
the
be funny.
mistake. So
Yeah.
if you and Vince had to fight in a tag team against any two other people, who would you choose?
We
This
had
could be
okay.
UFC, non-UFC.
Um, wait, so we Vince and I are on teams, and we get to
Yeah,
fight
you're on
two
the
other
same
people.
team.
Okay. Shoot. Let's see. Maybe Shevchenko and Juliana Pena. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. Like MMA rules or like bar fight style.
Let's say bar fight.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Who likes to party? Who? Michael Chiesa and Austin Arnett. There we go. That's a good. That's a good one. That'd be a tough one though. I don't know. I picked two bigger guys.
Yeah.
Great.
I think that would sell. Listen, I think there's definitely a market for you guys in a pay-per-view together. But so you're on the 4-fight win streak. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of buzz for a potential OMalley fight. Is that something you'd?
Yeah, of course, man. It makes sense. You know, we almost fought. I almost stepped up on a short notice at one point. So there was that, and then we're right next to each other in the rankings. I'm 12, he's 13. So you know, if he wants to fight someone ranked above him, then we can make that happen. I mean, I already agreed to fight him before, and then it was Kyrgyz on the other line. So, but you never know how that works out. You don't know. I get the offer, maybe he didn't get the offer. But whatever, I feel like it'd be interesting. I get tagged in that stuff all the time. People are always messaging me saying, when are we going to fight? So I feel like the fans would love it. They want to see him be tested against someone who can grapple too. So
Yeah, I think that's definitely a perfect fight. I would love to see that fight. So last question. This is something I love to ask. It never lets me down. What were you doing before you were a full-time fighter? Like, what was the last job you had before you got to become a full-time UFC guy?
you know, I've worked like a bunch of random jobs, but I've always been a fighter. You know, I started fighting right out of high school. So like this has kind of been like my occupation and the only thing I've really known since I graduated from high school. You know, so I consider this has been my job. You know, this has been my only career at least. But I've had a lot of odd jobs trying to pay the bills. You know, I mean, I worked random construction jobs, roofing and stuff like that. But I mean, I worked security for a while, stuff like that. Just odd jobs just to make money, just so I could train and fight. And because I knew one day I'd make it to the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, the dream definitely paid off. Congratulations on the success. Congratulations on the 4-fight win streak. And I'd love to see you in there against OMalley sometime soon.
Heck yeah. Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.